Hey everybody, Ralph Havens here, Autoimmune Answers. And over my 34 years or so of doing work to help people with their health and getting healthy and happy and whole, I've seen some crazy cool stuff, crazy cool miracles. And this morning, I thought, what's the video session for you? Because pretty much every day I do a Matrix Energetics and Beyond session. And it's to help you with getting healthy and getting happy and getting whole and getting what you want in life. And something came to me this morning, how fast something can change. Years ago, as I was just getting into Matrix Energetics, I'd taken quite a few classes, but was still in the first year or two of using it. I forgot exactly. I think it was the first year. I'd seen so many miracles, but one of them was quite amazing. I'd seen a woman who had low back pain, and she came to see me, and I helped her, and she no longer had back pain. And so she asked me, she said, my grandson has got some problems. Do you think you can help him? And I said, well, bring him in. Let's take a look. And, when she told me about him, she said, well, he's been having fevers and they've been going on for months and months and months. He was about 2.5 or so. And it's not going away, fevers. And he has seizures. And so I was like, well, you know what? I've got my integrated manual therapy skills, the medical intuitive work. We've helped people with that sort of thing before. Let's see what we can do. And he came in for a very short session. He's a little kid, and time that they have their attention, right? And so there he was, and his grandmother was there, and his grandmother's friend was there. And I thought, well, I'm going to try to make it fun. I'm going to put him on an exercise ball and do it there so that he can have a little fun and, make it entertaining for him. And he had nothing, he didn't want anything to do with that. So he ran around in the office on the floor playing with his grandmother's friend. And I thought, what am I going to do? So I was like, oh yeah, well, they showed us this in Matrix Energetics. I've been playing with it, so I had this guy who was given to me by my good friend, Kim Burnham, who actually told us about Matrix Energetics, one of my teachers. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to use this guy, and I'm going to do a session as if this guy is the little 2.5-year-old. And I know that sounds incredible. It sounds weird. It sounds like, come on. Yeah, right. And but the funny thing is, there's a way to use, I guess you could call it source energy or spirit, or, talking to God or whatever you want to call that. There's a way to use that. And like my Qigong master says, where your mind goes, energy flows. So there's a lot of traditions from way, way, way back about helping people with their healing. And, it's not like a practitioner heals somebody, right? It's, the person heals from within. The answer lies within. The healing is within. If you have a cut, your body is what does the healing. Maybe you need to clean it for it to heal, or maybe you need to get some stitches for it to heal really well. Or maybe if it's got an infection, you need to clear the infection first. Or if there's diabetes, you got to get their blood sugar back to good, and then they can heal. But the healing is from within. And even if it's a drug or surgery, of course it's the person's body that heals, because sometimes some people don't heal, and yet they get the same treatments. So healing, I feel, is from within, just to be clear on that. And so this morning for the session, I'd like us to connect to source energy and then play with it. And then and what you can do, you're already in the session, but what you can do is test something. If something were to change for you, your neck, your hip, your ability to go up and down stairs, your ability to sleep through the night, your money, your relationships. If something were to change for you, what might you notice? What might that be? And if you could notice something right now, what can you test? So, I encourage you to check your neck and your shoulders and move around, walk around a little bit, maybe hit pause if you're watching this later, and do a good check. Go up and down the stairs, get up and down out of your chair, just whatever you want to check. And then we're going to go ahead and do something. I'm going to give you a little guidance to that. Well, let's do this first. Let's do this first. So so now that you've checked something, here we go. Total perfected essence. And then I'm going to do a little something here to my friend Yoda. We're going to just like go right to source, go right to spirit. Spiritual hammer. Here we go. Okay. And not to worry, Yoda is still good. So go ahead and check. See what your neck feels like. See what your shoulders feel like. See if you notice the difference. Walk around a little bit. Go up and down some stairs. Get up and down out of your chair. And notice what you notice. And I'd love to see a comment of, comment below if there's a change, if there's no change, if you feel different, if maybe the thing you checked isn't different, but something else is different, or if you feel different. Are you a little woozy? Are you a little lightheaded? Are you a little giddy? Are you a little happier? When you walk, are you walking a little differently on your feet? And if something had just changed for you, what else has just changed, Like something maybe you haven't checked yet, like your finances or your relationships or, something else in life. It's just kind of cool to check. Because when I was working with that little guy, I did what I did, and it took a few minutes, and then it felt very good. Felt like, okay, you know what, that's done. And so I told the grandmother, notice what you notice what's different. And a couple days later, she called me and she goes, Ralph, it's really amazing. I didn't, and she told me all sorts of stuff. So she put it, I said, can you send me an email? And a few weeks later, she sent me an email of all this stuff. And I kept following up with him to see, how is he doing? How's he doing? And he was still good. And so the fevers went away. He didn't have any more seizures. And she told me some stuff that she didn't tell me the first day about how he was hitting his head on the wall and he wasn't really talking and he was causing lots of problems in daycare and how all that changed. And he was just talking and he was saying, I love you. And he was eating broccoli and drinking lots of milk, she said. So I've got it in an email. I'll put it in a link down below later so you can read her own words. And it's really interesting how spirit moves or source energy or God. It was a time when we were in a big transition in life and all I wanted to do was play. You can imagine seeing stuff like this. I just wanted to play. I just wanted to do matrix energetics. Didn't want to do work or business or anything. It was just like it's too much fun. And but Jen, we had all these projects going on and we were getting ready to do a big move. And she said, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. And so so I was like kind of grumping around a few days later, like, oh man, I don't want to do all this work. I just want to play. But I was walking to work. I was living in San Diego, had a 7-minute walk to work. Sweet life, right? And I'm walking to work, and there on, heard from the grandmother that he was just eating broccoli like crazy. There on the sidewalk was a big head of broccoli, just like it was from the natural grocery store or something. And I instantly knew. Sometimes you just know, right? And I was like, thank you, God. Just how magic the world really is. And so, if you had access to source energy or spirit or whatever that is, would you know it? And would you know how to use it? So what you can do is go down into your body. The answer, I believe, does lie within. And then go inside there, maybe behind your belly button. And what would it be like if you took a little version of you and take it down from your head, down into behind your belly button, and you noticed the world from that space? As if that's where you were looking, as if that's where your eyes were. What might you notice? And if you knew just how magic you are, what might you do? All right. So I hope this finds you well and happy and doing what you want to do in life. And let me know what you notice with this. Let me know what you notice. This Sunday, we're doing our Miracles, Magic, Healing, and More session. It's a group session I've been doing for quite a few years now with people from all over the world. There's a way to get the session for free. I believe it's at ralphhavens.com/free miracle session. And we'll be using this to help people with their own healing so that they can heal. They do the healing, right? And I'll be showing you more ways of how to do this for yourself. So if you're interested in that, ralphhavens.com/free miracle session. All right. So let's get out there and live. Let's really live. All right. Bye now.